Hello everybody, Josh12 back here again on the TV couch to talk all things Supergirl. But before I do that, let me quickly give a, short side note discussing my appearance and sound over the course of this video review, and it has a lot to do with the fact that I am dreadfully sick. I don't know what happened, but ever since I did the American Horror Story Murder House review back on Friday, I've just been terribly sick, and it just continues to get worse and worse this week, so this might be the way I may look and sound for the remainder of the DC videos I have planned for this week. But seeing as how my video reviews or my content in general isn't really as professional or highly defined as other recap and news shows on YouTube, I think my mediocreness and horrendousness will line up quite nicely. So disregarding what I just said, let's get into this fucking show. Let the show go on is something I might have said on a drunken stupor once in my fucking YouTube career. So let's do that. Let the show go on. So today I'm here to review Supergirl Season 2 Episode 1 titled The Last Children of Krypton. And of course, if you've not gone out of your way to go check it out, please do so because this review may contain spoilers. That being said, let's get into the latest episode of Supergirl. Now, last week was a very interesting week. Supergirl did a lot of really cool things. They got to introduce Superman to the CW verse in this new Arrow and Flash verse. We also got to see some cool big breaking records for the CW and with Supergirl's ratings, and it was a really good extravaganza of awesomeness. And a lot of people still have their differing opinions on the show. Obviously, that's not going to go away right out within just 1 week, so people are still going to have their opinions. For me, I still feel like the season premiere started off great. I still feel that Superman is still a good staple for the show, not only for Supergirl but for the entire superhero CW verse on this universe that they developed for themselves. So I feel like it's still a good decision to have Superman a part of the universe, so I'm still not backing down from that, and I feel like anything that gets added to the program will just help it. You know, I mean, the same thing can be said for any of the countless other shows like Flash or Arrow when they add things, so I feel like it's just unnecessary to bash Supergirl just because, oh, they need Superman to save the show. Like, I feel like, if anything, it just enhances the entertainment value, which is what Supergirl is, you know, at the end of the day. It's still just a goofy, silly character, so I feel like everything is just enhanced when you have other things that have legacy and are just amazing. So I'm okay with that, all that being said. The show itself, the episode, we get the recurring character that we got last week. Metallo has come. He is taking down the Kryptonians, and we got introduced to, I guess, the main threat for the remainder of the season. And I feel like it was a lot of goofy campiness all over the place. I feel like, in general, Supergirl is campy and silly. I mean, the characters Supergirl and Superman are silly characters at the end of the day, so there's going to be a lot of campiness. But the main problem I had with this episode is the main villain. Metallo, I really wasn't a big fan of. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities you can do with a character and villain like Metallo, and it's just like, I wish that CW, I mean, especially seeing as how this is their dozenth approach to the character, I feel like they should just go full-on Terminator with the character already. I mean, like, we've seen this done again with their character when they did it in Smallville, and now they've done it again with Supergirl. It's just go full-on Terminator. That's what we want. We want to see a big hulking machine with a kryptonite heart and just go on a full assault against Superman or Supergirl or whoever. I just feel like they should just do that instead of continue this, oh, I'm a humanoid, and, you know, just it looks stupid, it looks cheesy, it doesn't look realistic, it's just dumb. So I wish they can just scrap that. We get also a lot of real interesting subplots with Clark and Kara, and then Kara with Alex, and how that relationship status is kind of breaking down. And Kara's having second thoughts with her life. She is considering a new job as a reporter because of her inspiration from Clark, and also she's deciding, well, if she can't hack it here, might as well pack up and leave to Metropolis. And that's where the main conflict comes down in the day-to-day life versus the superhero life. And as it stands, I liked it. I thought it was really good. I'm not really big on the day-to-day stuff with Kara and Supergirl. I feel like in general it's just either really campy and silly, or just unentertaining. It just goes right over my head, and it's just like I stated before, the comedy for Supergirl is just not my kind of comedy. It's not my taste. It's just nails on a chalkboard. It's just I just can't get into it. So, but with this episode, I really felt for the characters. I mean, even Kat, for a character I don't even like from comics or to live action, she was pretty good, and I loved their relationship. Alex and Kara, that's a staple with the show, and they attached that, and they tried to deconstruct what that means. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I like what Clark stands for, and I like the fact that they're going to use that for the remainder of the season, even if they don't technically have the opportunity to actually have Superman on screen. So I love that stuff. I thought it was really good, and the big thing that I take away from the episode is the inspiration Supergirl gets from Clark. And this was a big deal with the last episode. A lot of people had problems with the fact that, oh, why is Supergirl wanting to become a reporter all of a sudden? Because of Clark? Like, that's not her own identity. What about woman power or whatever and leading women? And I feel like my perspective on the thing is this. At the end of the day, this is a second-rate character. No offense to Supergirl fans or newcomers to the show, but it's true. From the comics to any other interpretation from my perspective as a reader and as a viewer, Supergirl is, at her core, fundamentally a second-rate Superman. She is just created for the sole purpose of being the female, cutesy, blonde, high schooler version of Superman. Her identity is to be a second-rate Superman. She is designed specifically to be that kind of archetype. Why do you think she takes the staple of super something, and being where she is, what she's doing, her identity, what she continues to do as a superhero, and now she's going to become a reporter? It just makes sense for the evolution of that character. And granted, I definitely believe that they should have done other things with her, but they set this up from season 1. It was always inevitable that she would just be another version of Clark in the context of the CW verse. So it doesn't really bother me. If it was like Wonder Woman, then it would bother me, because it's like, that's Wonder Woman. She needs to be her own person, but Supergirl is not Wonder Woman. Not every female superhero is like Wonder Woman, so they can't do that. So I understand what they're doing, and I'm okay with that. If this was, like I said, with Wonder Woman, I would have a problem with it, but it's Supergirl. Like, what can you do? She's a super something. She's a part of the Superman verse. She'll always be that. Even if it's her own show, she'll always be second to Superman. So it is what it is. It's just one of those things we have to accept. The only way they could have done something different is unless they did a Power Girl show, which of course they could never do, because that's way too much boobs for TV, especially on CW. So sadly, we're just not going to get that. Overall, moving off of that, once again, Superman. I really enjoy what Tyler and CW are doing. I know a lot of people, once again, just like the Supergirl wanted me a reporter thing, a lot of people have been discussing this. A lot of people have differing opinions on this. I stated this in my last review. I love what Tyler's doing with his performance, and I love what CW's doing with the character. Granted, he's not going to be around for every episode, which does suck. I wish they can just keep him on as a supporting character, but from the way they plan it out and the way they may use him in the future, I am completely set and sold on it. And I like the fact that they're going to the roots of the character. He's not the super-powered, unrelatable version of the movies. He is his own kind of person, which is more or less a throwback to the older continuities, and I like that. I like the overall performance of Tyler. I still stick to my guns. I know a lot of people discuss this with me about his age is not that. To me, it's a big deal. I feel like if you're going to take on the role of Superman, you need to have a specific look. You have to have a specific body type. You have to have a specific presence. Because the thing about Superman is that he's not an asshole and he's not cocky, at least with the version that you're going with. And with this version, he's kind-hearted and sweet, so you have to have an actor who has a specific build and look to have a presence. When Superman comes into a room, everyone, including the viewers and readers, has to be like how the character Win is. When Win sees Superman, he's a fanboy. He's like, holy shit, Superman, oh, I'm going to cry every time he says something nice to me, because that's the way Superman makes you feel when he enters a room. When Tyler enters the room as Superman, I don't feel that. I don't feel the way Win is. I feel like I like him, I'm entertained by him, I watch him, but I don't feel like, oh shit, that's Superman, oh my god, fuck. Like, Jesus, take everything, please. You're fucking awesome. You're the guy. You're the Man of Steel. I don't feel that. I still stick to my guns. They should have went with an actor who is older and has a much larger build than Tyler. I just stick to they should have went with an actor who's in their mid to late 30s. I still stick to my guns on that. I don't feel like anything or anyone can really change my opinion on that. It just is my opinion. But disregarding that, overall the episode was good. I liked Kara's moments with her family, with her Kryptonian heritage, and the way she's going on with the reporting. Her day-to-day life, her superhero life, I loved it. I thought it was good. And the other characters I thought were pretty great. Superman, once again, kills in this episode, and the special effects and the fighting, the action as a whole was great. Negative-wise, still didn't care for Metallo. I thought it was just dumb and stupid and silly. Even the way he used his powers sucked. I mean, Metallo, like, he kept doing, like, these weird, like, chest thrusts or whatever, like he was in the gym. Like it was stupid. I just did not like it at all. It just looked campy and silly. And the threat, I didn't really get their gist. I mean, I feel like Supergirl is trying to go for like this weird like BVS Lex Luthor thing for the sake of this season, where people are scared of Kryptonians. We must destroy them because of philosophy. Philosophy told us that we must fear people who come from the sky or whatever. It's just, I don't buy it. We went through this with the movies. It was lame. You know, I mean, like, there's a time and a place to do this. And maybe it'll work for Supergirl. I don't know. But in this episode, I didn't really care for the threat behind Metallo. And plus, that whole surveillance footage they were trying to do was very much just a ripoff of what Snyder did in his movies. And not trying to defend either or, but it's just, I didn't care for it. And plus, I hated that HUD face for the sake of the voice of the villain. It just looked like Gideon. Like, really, it just looked like they didn't have enough budget to really create a face for the threat, so they took the HUD for Gideon and took away the special effects so it doesn't look too much alike, and they just used that, so it was really lame. Also, Alex on her own adventures, didn't care for it. It was really lame and stupid. And that was pretty much it. Everything else I liked. Snapper Carr showed up. It was really nice to see him. I like the actor who betrays him, so kudos on that. Reporting Kara stuff, I like it. I'm on board. Superman having to go sucks, but if he comes back, I'm still going to love it, and I liked what Tyler did. And that's coming from a person who was not on board prior, so keep that in mind. I did not care for Tyler when he was cast, but after seeing him, I love the guy. I thought he was good. Still, not big on the age difference, but I'm still okay with the whole thing, and overall this episode was good. Yes, there was some silly stupidity stuff. I wasn't big on the fan of the villain and the threats and whatever, and the Alex stuff, and how even Martian Manhunter and his conflict with Superman, it was just lame and stupid. It's like, I wish at some point someone tries to give us Justice League Martian Manhunter. I'm sick of this Hank shit. Enough of the Hank shit. Enough of that. We need full-on Justice League Martian Manhunter. I want him to fucking eat some Oreos and kick some ass. That's all I want to see him do. But whatever. I guess we're gonna have to wait one day that hopefully the movies do that version. But I'm not keeping my fucking hair all twisted on that front. But as it stands, I like the episode. It was really good. Let me know what you personally think. My final verdict for Season 2, Episode 2 of Supergirl is a solid 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this episode. The season is going on full throttle. I love what they're doing. As it stands, I like the episode. My final verdict stands as a solid 8 out of 10. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. But with that being said and done, also a quick little update. I think this might be one of my last reviews I might do for Supergirl. Now keep that in mind. It's not because of Superman leaving. No, it's not because of that. It's just schedule reasons. I'm not saying that this is going to be my last review of Supergirl, but moving forward, I'm going to start spreading them out. I probably will end up coming back to review next week, considering that Linda Carter's coming in full-on Wonder Woman, President Wonder Woman. That's what we need in life. But I might come back for that, but I won't be coming back for every single episode, so I guess it really depends on the week, the schedule, whether or not I'm busy, and of course, to I guess, in a large matter of speaking, to avoid things like this when I'm sick and just can't really review or in the right mindset to review, just take a break on it. So I guess that's all I'm really saying here. But with that being said, let me know what you personally think about this in the comments section below. And of course, follow me on Twitter, Instagram at Jonks12. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. And hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been Jonks12.
My name is Kara Zor-El. 24 years ago, my planet was in peril.
My cousin, Kal-El, was sent to a planet called Earth.
You may know his story.